The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of ONTV's management, staff, or board of directors.
Coming in hot.
Are we?
Yeah. It's time for another fabulous episode of
Talking Nude.
Yeah, and today we're gonna get there because it's called
Talking Nude.
we got storms, cyclones, bomb cyclones, but we're still gonna be
Talking Nude.
tornadoes, debris going everywhere. We're gonna be up in the air doing our podcast.
Talking Nude.
We got a special guest today. We're gonna all just take our kimonos off and just be
Talking Nude.
run out and jump out in the lake. You just never know what we're gonna do because that's just
Oh, Jason, nice try. Talking Nude. You're silly.
Yes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous, spectacular, fantastic episode of
Talking Nude.
where we talk live, uncensored, uncut, unfiltered, unedited about whatever the hell we want to talk about. Why? Because it's
Talking Nude.
and because we can. And let's just talk about it. Let's just get right into it. Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Cyclone.
Yeah, happy bomb cyclone day. God, shit. This is ridiculous, man. They said that the scientific term is that El Nino or El Nina is basically the warm pressure is causing a disruptance in the force. Luke. Yeah, that was my Star Wars reference for all you nerds out there.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, I love some Star Wars. In Star Wars news, squirrel moment, they have a Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out. I hope I said his name right, because if I don't, I'll get butchered online. They'll be like, "It's Goku." Is it Grogu?
Goku?
Grogu. So
Grogu?
Grogu.
Grogu.
Oh, so like ragu, but Grogu. Like a ragu spaghetti. But no, we went and saw the new Scream 7. And then I actually went and saw Dark Knight yesterday. They were playing.
Did we talk about the movie last week or?
Yeah, we did talk
Okay.
about Screams. Did we talk about
Just-
Screams?
I don't even know.
I can't remember.
Either way, it
that's
was
how
a
you
good
know we're
movie.
getting old when we forget shit. Like
It was a great movie.
it was a great
It
movie.
went from an A++ to
Oh
a
yeah,
B+.
we did talk about it towards the end. So basically, the spoiler alert was there's no spoiler. I'm not going to give you one, but it was a middle finger to the day ones. You know what I mean? And I honestly, I don't.
Yes,
I
the
don't give a
last
fuck.
10 minutes. Yes.
Yeah,
the
I don't.
last-
I don't care if there's going to be a Scream 8. I don't. really
Right.
give
Like
a
I don't.
shit.
I don't need it after the
Yeah.
the 7.
Fuck Nev Campbell.
I did. Yeah. I don't need it now.
No
I don't.
offense.
I
I'm
feel like I
mad.
don't need it.
Yeah, I'm mad.
Yeah. I don't need it.
And I don't mean fuck Nev Campbell like fuck her personally. I just mean like the character of Sydney. Like
Yeah. I'm done draining
yeah.
that out.
like no.
That would have been a great way
Yeah.
of ending the series if they
Yes.
would just left it at number 7 and called it a
Yes.
day. That I'm not interested. After that last ending, I am not interested because other than that, if you're not going to bring back the original characters and make sure one of the original characters is finally gone and dead
Yes.
or whatever,
Yes.
why would you do that?
And
So
Kevin,
now I don't give a
yes.
shit about who's killing. I don't give a shit.
I
just
was
don't.
pissed. I was like, because I remember I was trying to like avoid all the spoilers, but somebody had said something that there was like something at left field that just came out of nowhere. And it was like one of those moments.
Yeah.
You're
It-
watching the movie, you're thinking something's going to happen, and then
it's
this
great.
happens.
Yeah.
You're
And
like,
it
what
was a
the
great
fuck?
movie.
It's bullshit.
It was
Kevin
great.
Williamson. I think someone might be trying to come in. What is that? I don't know what that was. It was something green. What was that? I have no idea. Oh, I think, is that someone? Oh, no, it's Ian. A sign. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So today we're doing our first Zoom
Live.
live. Actually, it's our second because our first one was with Cody Loves Horror. Shout out to Cody Furman out in Cali, man, doing her thing. She's doing her blog. She gets all the cool shit, like all the swag from the horror movie people. They like send her all kinds of
I
like.
believe it.
She does. She gets like all kinds of cool shit. Like she got something from The Nun, I think it was, or Insidious. It was something. She got some cool shit. So shout out to Cody Loves Horror. Make sure you check out her blog as well. And ONTV, man. Shout out to everyone. Joey got us all set up today because I have no fucking clue what the hell is going on with Zoom. Like, only thing I know about Zoom is the song Zoom with the Commodores. That Zoom, Zoom.
No, I would have said all
Zoom,
I want to
zoom,
do was zoom,
Zoom, zoom, zoom, and the boom, boom, boom. Just shake the rump. Yeah, yeah. That's a little bit 90s for you right there, man. We can even ask our guest that because, she's like up, she's from that era as well. So I'm excited that she's going to be a part of our show. It is a she. I'm not going to tell you who yet, y'all. But I will say, I'll give you some hints. So she is synonymous in the horror movie franchise. She's huge from back in the horror movie franchise in the 80s. Um, and I'm interested to see like where that all came from. So it's gonna be a great interview. Let's see what's another hint. Um, Kathy don't know any hints because she didn't honestly. She hasn't seen the movie. She's not a big horror movie buff. She likes to watch the gory shit like Hostel,
I do. I
and
like.
Saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
But I really
shows
wasn't into horror movies. So I met you.
for real.
Yeah.
Mm.
I watched a couple. Like
So I brought the cycle
my
out. Of
yeah. I really wasn't a horror movie fan like that.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wasn't. You like to watch a lot of horror movies, and I'm like hanging
I
out with
fucking
you when I
love
first met you, and
Love
I'm
horror
like,
movies.
okay, so I gotta sit here and watch these movies with him. Okay, let's see.
It paid off though. You know what I mean? It did. It definitely paid off because who'd have thought you rubbing my belly sitting there watching movies, horror movies, and Sunny in Philadelphia. Like we watched so
Mhm.
much like TVs and movies together, man. It was unreal. And then she used to always go get me like Mad magazines and Fangora, which a lot of people don't know what Fangora is, but back then it was a magazine. Now it's online. I think they do have a subscription, but it's like $80 for like 6 issues. But
Oh, just absoluting the
yeah,
lifestyle and the life
I
that
miss
we
I
had.
miss Fangora, man. Fangora was the shit because
I don't understand. I know maybe I need to know more of what's going on behind the scenes of the world or something. Because
okay,
why did they have to discontinue our way of living?
yeah,
Why? Like, why is there such a disconnect with
that's a good question.
one generation to the next? We blurred into our we blurred, not blended
Okay.
with our generations before
Oh,
us.
here we go. Waiting room. Yeah.
Oh,
No, you're good. You can still talk.
we blended. I knew my grandparents' music. I knew my mom and dad's music. We all blended like culturally together. But now it's like the kids, the younger generation don't even know. Like when you see a 20-something that doesn't even know who Michael Jackson is,
Yeah, that's crazy.
like that's the most weirdest, craziest thing ever to me.
It is. And
Versus like when I was a kid, if somebody would have said, "Do you know who Luther Vandross is?" I would have said, "Yes, I
Yes.
do." Like you knew who your parents'
That-
music were, the music of your parents. You just knew. You knew the music of your grandparents. You just knew things where it blended together. Now it's just like everything's so obsolete. And kids
Ah.
kids and the teenagers and the young adults have no respect for a culture and a time that was before them.
That's true.
I had respect for the culture and the music and the way things were before I was even born. Like I am infatuated with the 60s and the 70s.
Yes.
And that was the time before I was even born. Like I have a respect for it. But nope, these kids, fuck you baby boomers, fuck you Gen Zs, fuck you millennials,
Yes.
fuck you.
Yes.
You guys don't know anything.
Yes.
And it's like,
Yeah.
so you guys think you know everything, but you guys don't even want to work. You guys don't even know how to wash your ass. You guys don't even know how to ask people for what you want.
Yeah.
I get calls to my salon, and people were like, do you have any opening for today? And I'd be like, sure, what time? Well, I really don't know what time I want to come. And they're like a young person in their 20s. Like, back in my days when I was in my 20s, if I called a salon needing a hair appointment, I would say, hello, I need a haircut appointment at 12 o'clock. Do you have anything available?
Yes.
Not, but then you'll be bitter at the generations before you. Fuck you. You guys leave us nothing. You guys didn't do anything for us. I'm not working. I'm
Right. Our guest is here with us. And before
weird world we live in.
Yeah, it is. And first off, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's extremely early where you're at. Can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. So we want to give it up for Lisa Wilcox, everyone. Yes.
Hey.
Got the golf
Morning.
clap there. So first off, man, thank you so much for being a part of this. We wanted to do something really cool because I'm sure you've done a ton of podcasts and you've been asked the same questions over and over. So my biggest thing is I wanted to step outside the box, and you're from Missouri. So how did that all come about? Like, you went to UCLA. Ugh, I can't even talk. UCLA, UCLA. Where it's like what? YMCA, like why? But
Yes.
UCLA. So
UCLA.
yes.
Yes, I am from Missouri. I my father was offered a great job in Southern California when I was around 14 years old.
Okay.
So moved the whole family to Irvine, California, Southern California. So I finished high school in Irvine, UCI, or high school, Irvine High School, whatever. Anyway, yeah, it was UCI. And then that's when I discovered acting.
Ah.
More or less, I had done one play in Missouri, and then, well, want me to tell you about that
Well,
experience?
definitely. Yes.
So, the TV show MASH.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so actually it was originally a play.
Really?
So I played the role of Ms. Randazzo
Okay.
in two scenes in the play MASH. And so just think of the name, Ms. Randazzo. I'm basically a secretary. Yes, when we used to be called secretaries. And I'm in a, pencil skirt, sexy, red lipstick, high heels, blah, blah, blah. And this scene took place in front of the curtain while they're doing a big set change in back. Anyway, so I'm supposed to come out with my steno pad and my pencil and sit and cross my legs on the boss's desk and whatnot. And it's a comedic scene. So anyway, it's opening night and there I am, and I'm walking across where the footlights are. Footlights are, if you don't know, they're these built-in lights in the wood of the stage,
Okay.
which can be up or down, lit or not lit, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, they're supposed to be flat and locked. Well, guess what? One of them was not locked. And this is what I'm walking on across the stage.
Oh,
It
wow.
opens up, my foot goes down into the dwellings of the footlight, literally center stage. And the audience thinks this is part of the scene, right?
Right.
No, it's not. Anyway, so I had these stilts, high heels with the wrapped around the ankle strap thing, and I'm literally stuck in center stage. People, the audience is laughing, whatever, but
Yeah.
I'm seriously stuck. Anyway, behind the curtain, they finally realized something has gone amiss. So the guy who was playing Hawkeye, literally center stage, opens the curtain, sticks his head out, sees my peril, and helps me to get unleashed from this footlight
Wow.
and proceed with the scene. Now, at this point, the audience has realized, oh, this is an accident that has happened.
Yeah.
So anyway, but it was kind of funny while I'm stuck, with, my stilted high heel dangling off my ankle with the strap, and I'm completely, anyway, he's like, oh, you had a little too much to drink there, Ms. Randazzo. Anyway, so we did some improv. It was a lot of fun. So after that experience that Monday at school, who nobody knew who I was, but now everyone knew who I was.
Oh, of course. That was the viral moment before like YouTube.
Yes. So it was that summer that we moved to California, and but I had decided I was not, acting was not for me. I was like, no. And I wanted to go into the medical field. My grandmother was a RN nurse. My great grandfather was a doctor who actually passed away. Got sick during the Spanish flu, treating people.
Wow.
So I really wanted to do something in the medical field. So we get to California, and I've made some friends, and this one friend of mine, his brother said, hey, I have this audition at Buddy Ebsen's theater in Newport Beach. Do you want to come with me? And I said, sure, I'll come with you. So I went, and I'm sitting there in the audience just watching, the auditions happening. And this lady, Jane Nye, kept poking me on the shoulder, saying, "You're auditioning, right?" I'm like, "Oh, no. I'm just here with my friend here, you know." Anyway, she was very persistent. 3 times later, poking me on the shoulder, you know, whatever. I'm like, okay, fine. I don't know, I'll audition. And I auditioned and I got the lead role in Lanford Wilson's The Hot L Baltimore.
Okay.
And I proceeded. Back then there was what was the name of the magazine? Not there was Variety and this and that, but I won awards doing this play at
Okay.
15 and a half years old. I had 900 lines to memorize, by the way.
900
Lead
lines?
role of girl. So
Wow.
anyway, never heard of the play. Check it out. It's a wonderful play. I'm a prostitute in it, actually. Yes, 15 and a half, and I'm playing a prostitute. So that's
Wow.
kind of how, and then when I did this experience, I was definitely bit by the bug. To be an actress, and
Yeah.
and then applied to UCLA and was accepted into the theater arts program. And through that, did plays there. I did during high school after Hot L Baltimore. I did play after play after play. I don't even know how I did that and maintained pretty much a straight A average in high school, but at
Wow.
night rehearsing and weekends performing and matinees and all of that. So anyway,
What was one of your
the
what was one of your favorite
energy.
plays that stands out to you that you did?
Rent.
Rent. Nice.
Rent. Yes, I actually saw it its opening week in New York.
Mhm.
I had a friend who lived out there, and I it's one of my absolute favorite plays. I also saw the Los Angeles version as well, but I'm sorry, the New York version was amazing.
Yeah.
And as a kid, um, my sister and I were very fortunate. My mother was an American Airlines stewardess.
Oh wow.
Yes, that's what they called it back then. Anyway, it's different. Anyway, but but you couldn't be married and be a stewardess. So my mom only did it for like a year because she met my dad and they got married. But she still worked for American Airlines with they called them Kiwis, like ex stewardesses, and they would do presentations at hotels.
Uh-huh.
She maybe did it, 10, 15 hours a month. But by doing that, we got free tickets to anywhere American Airlines flew.
Wow.
And it was $5 extra to fly first class. Okay.
How much was I about to
So
say? How much was a flight back then?
I don't.
It
I
was
don't
actually
know.
more
I mean, I
expensive
was
back
a
in the day
little.
than it is now.
Was it?
Yeah.
I
Wow.
was a little girl. I don't know. We're going to New York, I
Wow.
got a lot of exposure to theater in New York as as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old,
That
10-year-old kind of thing.
that is
So
super cool.
Evita was amazing too, and
Yeah.
also Dracula on Broadway,
You did
amazing.
you did Dracula on Broadway too?
No, I watched it as a
You watched
kid.
it. Oh,
Exposure to theater like Dracula, Evita,
that's awesome.
all kinds of things. So, and even in St. Louis, my folks, there's called the Muni Opera. My parents would get season tickets for that. So, saw Annie Get Your Gun and,
Oh
so
wow.
I did have my parents were pretty amazing, just exposing us to a lot of culture, but also, yes, I know how to shoot a gun. Okay. You're from Missouri. I know how to fish. I know how to skin a fish. Okay.
Yes.
So a lot of exposures to all kinds of things, which has actually come in quite handy actually in acting.
Well, definitely, because like when you did, we're gonna go right into it. When you did Nightmare on Elm Street 4, what I really loved about that film is it was something different because you got to absorb all the different abilities and skills of your friends that passed away. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like that to me, that's part of what you're saying right there. Like, you had all these different things. You did fishing and you were just a natural at other things that other probably actresses had no idea about. You know what I mean? So how did you get I was always curious, like, how did you get that when they gave you that call, how did you know that this was the role for you?
Well, the way it would work, so I went to UCLA, right?
Yep.
And I got a lot of plays and in the old days, that's how managers and agents found their new ingenues. through going to plays
Yep.
and discovering new talent, right?
Yep.
So at UCLA, I did a play called last summer at Bluefish Cove. Also, it was on Broadway, very, very famous play, actually. Somewhat controversial at the time because it was a play with lesbians. Anyway, I was discovered by Michael Wallach, a manager, who introduced me to my agent, Scott Manners, and that became my representation. So right out of the gate, out of UCLA, when I graduated, about a month after graduating, I booked General Hospital. I had a recurring role in General Hospital, which is a wonderful training ground because it is fast speed. You got to know your lines. Next setup, next setup, next setup. It was great, great training. Theater, of course, was fantastic training because you understand, you learn character development and you have all this time to rehearse and really, explore the roles with each other and all of that. So anyway, my manager, Michael, said, I've submitted you for A Nightmare on Elm Street 4. And you have to understand, I've always been a fan of horror ever since I could watch TV. It used to be Saturday morning was cartoons.
Yep.
At noon was the Monkeys.
Yep.
Okay, 30
Yep.
minute show. And then all afternoon would be like Twilight Zones and black
Yep.
and white horror film, Dracula and Frankenstein, and and I just loved it. So I'm not, of course, I'm already a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, and anything horror. In fact, in college, I had a huge poster on my wall of Bela Lugosi.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Now, all the other girls in the dormitories, first year of college, you had to stay in the dormitories. Now I think it's co-ed. Back then it was girls only
Wow.
on one side, boys on another building. They have posters of, Bruce Springsteen and, rock bands. No, I have Bela Lugosi on my wall. I'm sure they're like, this cute little blonde girl, why does she have Bela Lugosi on her wall? Yeah, I was weird.
But that's cool though, like you were into horror as a kid, and then you were doing the plays, and then you end up getting the call to be in the movie. Like,
I know. Well, here's the thing
wild.
though. So then my manager a month later says, well, they won't audition you. Or I don't know, that week or something. They won't audition you. You have to understand, I actually was like a late bloomer. But anyway, by high school, and I did Barbizon modeling school, all by accident.
Really?
And I got a lot of confidence and learned how to use makeup and, that kind of thing. I was really kind of more of a tomboyish person. Anyway, so my headshot back then, they were black and white 8x10s.
Mhm.
And I mean, I have I look very much like Michelle Pfeiffer in Scarface. Okay, that haircut, the makeup, all that.
We just watched that the other night.
Yeah.
What's that?
We just watched that the other night. That's funny you say that.
Okay. Fabulous film, by the way.
Yes.
And so I did not look at all what they pictured for Alice, okay, who is, a wallflower girl and shy and intimidated and, this and that. In the beginning, anyway, is Alice. But they couldn't find their Alice. And the casting director, she told me they auditioned almost 700 actresses all over the country for
Wow.
Alice. Find her. So they went to the reject pile, which is where I proudly stood, and they gave me a chance to audition. And I read the script. I totally bonded with the character Alice. I completely related to her as a daydreamer and all of that. And I auditioned. I had one call back on a Friday, and I went with no makeup, dirty hair, or pale yellow, my worst color. Auditioned, one call back on a Friday. I was getting married that Sunday.
Oh, wow.
150 people wedding, 150 people.
Wow.
And I learned on my honeymoon that I booked the role of Alice. And they said, we want to dye your hair red.
Mm.
Mind you, I had virgin platinum blonde hair at the time, but it was like, okay.
Wow. So, you have a question, dear?
Mm-mm.
She's just over there looking at me smiling. So, when you were doing the movie, I know Wes wasn't, part of that. Like, who was the director that you were working with that film?
Rennie Harlan.
Rennie Harlan, didn't he do? That's what I thought. He did the Die Hard movie. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. He had done one movie in Europe. He's from Finland, called Prison.
Okay.
And then he was given this chance to direct a Nightmare on Elm Street film, which was a huge, break for him.
Yeah.
And actually in Nightmare on Elm Street 4, the scene where I'm walking up to the theater at night,
I love that scene.
and going, you'll notice that his movie Prison is one of the posters.
Ah.
When you go to the theater and they have posters of films and say Prison is one of them. So next time, so a little Easter egg there for you.
What I really like too is you got the role because you were yourself. You know what I mean? Like you didn't come in there looking all glammed out and everything. You said, you know what? I can relate to this character. This character isn't going to be all dolled up. And you just went with your gut. And that's what it takes to do what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like you went with your gut. Besides Nightmare on Elm Street, what other, I know you've done other like things, series and different things. What was it like? You say you work with General Hospital. What other kinds of series or movies did you do? Did you do anything? I always wondered, did you ever do anything comedic, any comedy?
Oh yeah, I did a lot of sitcoms. That's my favorite venue of all. I love sitcoms because it's very theatrical in the sense that you have a whole week, you rehearse with each other, and at the end of the day, network would come down and all the writers and producers of the show, like Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah.
And they watch what we've done for that day, and then they make notes, and they're like, oh, that joke didn't really work, and then we would get revisions, and then we would do it again the next day, and then on Friday you get to perform in front of a live audience, like theater.
Yeah. 2
different audiences. We would do 2 runs of the show. So much fun. But yeah, I did quite a few sitcoms, episodic. I had a recurring role on Knots Landing.
Really?
I did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, was actually a TV show for one season.
Now you're gonna make me watch that now, because I remember Bill and Ted. I know that they had a TV show. Wow.
And we filmed that in Vancouver. I did the original MacGyver, Walker Texas Ranger, and so many things. And then one of my favorites is there was a time they were doing like behind the scenes of certain shows. So I did behind the scenes the Brady Bunch.
Really?
And I got to play Carol Brady and Florence Henderson in this TV movie.
Oh, that's super cool.
Which was really, really cool. And I'll never forget that audition too. Like I had the audition, my manager had given me the address in Santa Monica. It was the wrong address. So they had to reschedule the audition, and the audition was actually in Burbank,
Yeah.
So I go another day. I remember it was a Friday, the very end of the day. And I left, I did my audition, left, and my manager, this is when cell phones had just come out. I had, it's the size of a brick, basically. And anyway, my manager calls me. He's like, I don't know what you did in there, but you got the part of Florence Henderson / Carol Brady. So
that was cool.
Yeah.
So it's the 80s, it's the 70s, right? Like, what do you miss about that era? Like, what were you listening to? What was in your Walkman back then?
In the 70s?
70s, the 80s, yes.
70s, I was still a kid. I mean,
Yep.
But no, I guess no. We moved to California in 1979. I guess. Oh my God. Yeah. Anyway, I loved 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s music. Simon and Garfunkel, Joni Mitchell, Carole King. That was Elvis. That was my vibe.
Yeah. So with today, it's 2026. It's all digital. Everything's digital. Like, what is the challenge that you see as an actress? Because it's a lot different. The casting, the everything, like the way they do stuff. They don't even give a show a chance like they used to. Or if a film doesn't do as well because people are streaming. Like, what is the big challenge that you face as an actress?
It's pretty crazy now, actually, because so many auditions are done via
like Zoom now, right?
Well, I have to. we have to now be a gaffer and a lighting person and a director, not only act. Oh, and they want you to memorize the scene for the first time audition.
Wow.
And these days, got an act, you go to Paramount Studios, you go to the casting office, they have a reader, they have a camera, they, and a casting director. You do your audition, the casting director will say, that was great. Try this approach. You get directed, you get feedback.
Oh,
Now
wow.
you have to, now we have to find, I have the ring light, and you have backdrops and pulls, and they want a specific color backdrop like taupe or green or blue. Finding a reader to read with you. Yeah. I live in Vegas now, but fortunately there's an acting studio right down the street that actually I've sat in on some classes and directed, that kind of thing, students, and spoken to them and whatnot. So it's pretty easy for me to get a reader, but the readers charge $35 per audition. Okay.
Wow.
But at least there they have a room that's set up with already a permanent backdrop and all that. But not only that, and at times if I don't even need a reader, I'll do an audition from home. But I got to set up all this stuff, which takes, I don't know, an hour, moving furniture around and to make it fit. I don't have a space to keep a permanent, backdrop happening. Oh my gosh. And then get dressed and choose your outfit, which is how we always did it. And then do the audition. Then you've got to edit it, right? Because, you can't have me turning it on. Like my remote, I just ordered a new ring light, actually, because this one's falling apart and the remote doesn't work. But I have to push the button to turn it on, push the button to turn it off when I'm done. Then I've got to edit all that out. Then I got to choose which take I like. When you're auditioning in person with the casting director, you do it once or twice. That's it. Then you're done, right?
Wow.
But we're having to it's very hard to be, what's the word? To choose myself, looking at myself, which one's better, which take is better. Okay, this one, and then edit it. Then you gotta mail it in, and then you have your slate. Every audition now, the slate is different. Do you guys know what a slate is? Slate is like you say your name. You typically, it's like Lisa Wilcox. Hi, I'm with Starstown Studio. I'm 5'4". I could be a local hire in Utah. Every slate is different for every audition.
Mm.
So you have to do that too and edit that. So it is hours. Believe me, I'd rather get on the 405 freeway in Los Angeles and drive to Burbank or wherever for an audition than go through this hell. Okay. It's really, really hard. And I have many actor friends who are like, screw this. I'm not even gonna do this anymore.
I was about to say, so have you thought about, not to interrupt, but have you thought about, because I know a lot of actresses that were in the movies are doing their own films now, directing, they're producing. Have you been thinking about doing that, like maybe getting into that? Because I know that's a very big thing right now, is with a lot of the different streaming app platforms that you're able to do your own. You're in charge. You know what I mean? Like you would get to put together. Have you ever thought about that?
I mean, fortunately, because of the body of work I have done, and of course, I'm in Elm Street, I get offers for roles, which is fantastic, right?
Right.
So they just have to talk to my manager and work out the money and all that stuff, right?
Right.
But I still am auditioning. I left acting for a very, very long time. Shortly after I got married, again, I was on my honeymoon when I learned I got Nightmare 4. Then I did Nightmare 5. Then we wanted to have families. So I left acting for a very, very long time because I wanted to be a mom, and be a room mom at school and, do have that whole experience, 100%. So, but I've been back in acting about 12 years now.
Yeah.
And again, thank goodness for lots of roles, offers and things. But I am still auditioning for big stuff.
What is
as far as directing or producing, it's funny, when I was at UCLA, theater arts degree, you learn about everything. You do lighting, you do costume, wardrobe. You do take directing classes, acting classes. You learn every angle of, the art of acting and performing and all it takes to, um, be a director or a writer. We had to take writing classes. We had to write a one act. We had, all this stuff to do. And some of my professors were like, Lisa, we know you really want to be an actress, but we think you should be a director.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking like you could do the directing and do that as well and add that to your, your catalog. You know what I mean? Because it's definitely a market. I mean, look at what they did with what was it, Ash versus the Evil Dead? Surprisingly, that story was actually pretty good. I was mad that they ended it the way they did. Like it was really good. So then you also got Daniel Harris working with Scout Taylor Compton. They were doing the podcast, but now Scout's doing more of like the making her own films. So like that's the easy transition. I think that would be perfect for you. I just kind of saw that, what I mean? Because you got all the roles that you've done, but what does Lisa want to do? Like, what do you want to do? I know you say you like horror, but you like comedy. You can blend those. Like, look at for example, just an idea, Shaun of the Dead, right? All the Dead movies. Shaun of the Dead was fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, so you could do something in that genre that's fusing the comedy and the horror. And I think it would be dope. Like there was a movie that Nicolas Cage did not too long ago that I thought was interesting with him and Selma Blair. And it was about they were parents, and then all of a sudden the kids went nuts, and they were like running around, and the parents went nuts, and they were like I don't know if they were vampires or dead or whatever it was, but it was a crazy ass movie. You gotta look it up. Selma Blair and Nicolas Cage. But
okay, I will
yeah.
look it up.
But yeah, I'm
definitely
definitely thinking like for you it would be directing as well as acting and putting together what you want to put together. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of terrible movies right now. I'm just gonna say it, like and I'm not knocking the horror genre as a whole, but like we just watched Scream 7 recently, and no spoilers. If you haven't seen it, let's just say I probably won't see Scream 8 because it was like a middle finger to the audience. Like it was like saying, "Hey, we're gonna do it this way," and then it was like, "Oh nope, we're gonna pull the rug under the carpet and we're gonna do this instead." And I just was so mad, like because when you've seen all the old Scream movies and then you see the new one, you're just like, you're expecting so much. So I think you could do something that could fuse that. You know what I mean? Like even look like the series, what was the other series that was really good that I enjoyed? Kathy hated it. I love that show. The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead.
Too many of them. It's too many of them. It's too many. After the first series was done, I felt like they should have just ended it and left it alone.
Yeah.
But when
I totally agree with you, Kathy. Totally agree.
When you sit there and you take it and you
first
dissect it.
Series was absolutely mind blowing.
Yep.
And I actually just watched again. Hold on. Should I get my little movie book? What was it? Hold on. I'm getting my movie book. It was yes, I keep a log of people tell me a movie to watch or something like this.
That's actually a great idea. I never thought of that.
It says videos to see over and over again. And this one I wish I never rented. Okay, it's what it says here. I love this book. I've had it forever. Oh, I watched. Have you seen the movie Audition?
No.
Japanese film?
No, I do.
Check it out.
Really good?
Audition. It's not The Audition. It's just called Audition.
Okay.
Japanese. So good. And Dawn of the Dead.
Love Dawn of the Dead. You've had the original or the remake or?
It was the 2004.
Oh yeah, the one with what's her name?
Well, what was interesting, I'm like, this is the concept for The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's totally a ripoff of this film.
It is. It is.
Right?
And the crazy thing about The Walking Dead, and we can all agree with this, there wasn't all these colonies. There wasn't all these people. Like at first it was just like Rick, and then slowly but surely he started meeting all these other people, right? Before you know it, there's all these damn colonies. I'm like, where the fuck all these colonies come from? Like, everyone's here. Like, there's no one dead, and then everyone was all like, Rick's the hero. But if you think about it and you watched it, Negan, everybody gave Negan such a hard time. But think about it. Rick came in there all cocky and decided to take out most of the sanctuary, I think it was called, and basically took out all his people, right? And then wondered why Negan took out 3 or 4 of his characters. It's like,
Yeah.
you took
Yeah.
out.
Well, it was certainly we all enjoyed it. It was certainly entertaining.
Oh, I watched it all.
Anything. But like you said too, it's changed so much. I can't keep up. Can you keep up with
No.
all these shows streaming
No.
and this and that?
No, we
I'm
talk about that.
intimidated.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated. In fact, now I just watch often just regular TV. I love Forensic Files.
Yep.
I love, I like HGTV. I like the Food Channel. I just oftentimes stay there. I'm afraid to go start on a Netflix show or an Amazon Prime show. One, there's so many to choose from, and many I'm sure are amazing. Also, I'm really bad if I do get hooked on a show.
Yeah.
It's like a drug for me, and I will stay up till 5 a.m. to watch as many episodes as possible.
You
So
sound
it has
like
to be
Kathy.
very-
'Cause that's how Kathy is. Like, we talk about this all the time.
Okay.
Like, we watch a lot of old shit. So, like, we watched the Perfect Stranger TV show. I love that show with Larry and Belky. And, and then the other night, don't laugh at this, but we were watching TJ Hooker. Remember TJ Hooker, William Shatner? Yeah, there's this app called Howdy that's got like everything on there for like $3 or whatever. And like, it's got everything on there. And so I was like, TJ Hooker. And she's like, what's that? I was like, well, William Shatner played a cop, and the guy that you like in the Grease 2 movie, which I don't really like Grease 2 as much.
I love Grease 2.
She loves it. I didn't like, I was like, did you like Grease 2? Was it good? I like the first one.
Because it introduced me to Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, I love Michelle Pfeiffer, though. Catwoman, I mean, come on. Like,
it was like, I like the music, too. You have to, I like the music in Grease 2 better than Grease 1. I do. It's just the truth, because I don't know. I think Michelle Pfeiffer was different than Sandy. She was just, she knew what she wanted. She knew she wanted a cool rider. That's what the song was. She wanted a cool dude. She knew what she wanted, and it was just so different than Sandy.
So she was more strong and more confident than Olivia Newton-John's character at first. Oh.
She knew she wanted a bad boy. That's what she wanted. And she was actually approached by a nerdy guy, and she didn't want him, so he turned himself into the cool guy.
So that was Adrian Zemed.
Oh
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lisa.
No, I just read that for Grease, the first Grease, was initially the Sandy role was offered to Marie Osmond, and she turned it down.
No way! What? Wow!
Because she turned it down because about being that you're supposed to be good, and the fact that Sandy turns, you think in the film, she's gonna stay good. No, she goes slutty, man.
Yeah.
And she went the bad.
Yeah.
And Lee Osmond wouldn't do that. She didn't want to do that because of that reason.
Wow.
I know.
Right?
In other words, a good girl going bad.
See, an exclusive
Poor
on Talking
guy.
Nude that you guys didn't know, y'all. See?
I didn't know that.
We were actually listening to I like Casey Kasem, American Top 40. I listen to that iHeart a lot. And he'd be like, American Top 40. And he's just hilarious. And we were actually listening to a song. It was the Osmonds. And she was like, oh my God, that's the Osmonds? I was like, yeah, they were looking for like a Jackson 5 type group. And we were listening to it. It was just hilarious listening to the music.
I saw Donnie's show here in Vegas. It's actually really good.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Really good.
He had a talk show too, didn't he? I think he had a talk show.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. And I guess the other thing that drives me crazy is like, remember when, there's a movie you want to see and it's in the theater for several weeks.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
7 days a week.
Right.
4 different times you could see it a day.
Yes.
Now it's out for 1 day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so sad.
It is.
I am for sure like Project Hail Mary is coming out on the 20th.
Friday. You're talking about with Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Yes.
Yes. That does look good.
And it's out 1 day, March 20th. So I am going.
What do you mean it's only out 1 day? They're only putting it out 1 day?
1 day.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Wow.
That's what I understand. Anyway, I am going on the 20th with a friend doing a matinee thing. But every time, I don't know about you, I even go into a theater, there's
Yeah.
like 6 people. There's 6 audience
Girl,
members.
we went and seen the Halloween movie, right? The last Halloween, which we should just call it Hollywood Ends Halloween, because I was like, what the hell? Like, because if you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it, oh man, but we went there and there was only 4 people in the theater, and
Right?
we went the day before the movie came out, and I remember we walking around. This is around the pandemic; everything started to open back up. We walking around the fucking mall, and there was no one there. The bar, we couldn't even get a drink because the bartender, I guess he worked another job in the daytime, so we couldn't even get a drink. They had the lights on in the theater. Remember that shit? We went in there. We had to go tell them to turn the lights off
My
because the movie
God.
started. The movie started like 10, 15 minutes in, and I'm like, what the like? Yeah.
It's so sad.
It is.
The excitement of a movie
Yes.
coming out of the theater.
Yes.
I mean, and it would be sold out,
Yeah.
and not just the opening night, but it
Yeah.
could be sold out for weeks or
Yep.
whatever if it was a hit,
Yeah.
Now, I don't even know what's a hit anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, I can tell you there was a couple.
COVID so fucked everything
It
up.
really did. It really did. And the crazy thing about that is, back in the day, like you said, it was an adventure. When you went to a theater, like for example, I saw Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 in the drive-in. We used to have
Right on.
drive-ins. We had the Pontiac drive-in out here. We had a drive-in in Troy, Michigan, and all these drive-ins. Now we only got like 2 maybe drive-ins. You know what I mean? We had a drive-in where the Pontiac Silverdome was, and then the guy that owned it, I guess he sold it to a guy from Canada, and then he sold it to the guy that made Amazon there. So now we have an Amazon there. There's no drive-ins. There's you got to go all the way to Detroit to go see a movie now,
No.
and I used to love that shit.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm older than you guys are. I mean, it was a big deal, the theater.
Yeah.
To go to a theater.
Yeah, it was
And
huge.
It was so exciting, and
Yeah.
the whole audience, and we're all laughing together, and we're
Yep.
crying together,
Yep.
and that community,
Yes.
you
Yes.
and then, that weekend you're out with friends. Have you seen blah, blah, blah? Yes.
Yep.
Oh no, let's go together. Let's go tomorrow. That community
Yeah.
that now it's just like, we're all so isolated.
Yeah. And
each
it's
other.
sad because if you look at it, Kathy and I talk about this a lot too. We become so, and we actually talked about it before we got you on, is it's become disconnected as a society. Like people just sit behind their devices 24/7, and
Yeah.
it's like we've lost that human touch. Like when Kathy and I go out to eat, we put the phones away. If you want to take a picture or something, that's fine. But no, I want to interact with my wife. I want,
Yes.
how was your day? We went out for my
Yeah.
birthday a couple weeks ago, and it was like, we hung out. I'm sure you and your husband do the same thing, and that's the thing is this newer generation don't get that. They didn't get the luck that we had, where we actually didn't have cell phones. We actually were living life. What a novel concept. We went to theaters. I mean, I remember when seeing Scream 2.
We didn't have
And
all
all
the
this
information that they
texting.
have.
Yeah, there's too much fucking information. Like serious.
And also this texting thing.
Oh.
I'm fine texting, say, oh, sorry, I'm running 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
Or, have to reschedule to have
Yep.
at 1:30 instead of 2:30 or whatever,
Yep.
little things like that. But people use texting to like tell the whole
Have
thing
whole
about their mom just
conversations.
died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Texting that.
They'll
Yeah.
use it for
What is
instead of
going
answering
on?
the phone.
Yeah.
They'll ignore your call, but then will text you and be like, "What's up?" And you're like, "Why didn't you answer your phone?"
Or here's the
Right.
thing, when you text them and they fucking hit you back 3 days later talking about, hey, I see you hit me up. Motherfucker, I hit you up like 3 days ago. I could have been stuck on the road with a flat tire. Like, you just get a hold of me 3 days later.
I can't even tell you how again, because I grew up in such a different way.
Yes.
And you guys had a touch of that different way.
Yes.
Which I prefer.
Yes. Yes.
I
And
hate
it's
that
just-
we all don't connect anymore. Like, we blend it with our family. You know what I mean? Like, remember how you used to know your grandparents' music, your mom and dad's music? You knew their movies, you knew their interests and stuff because you blended
Absolutely.
together. These kids don't know anything about their parents, nothing about their grandparents. They're just so disconnected and they don't want to know because they're so self-absorbed because of the fact of social media has disconnected them from everything. Remember on a Saturday morning, your mom and dad gave you chores. You're listening to their music. when you're doing chores. So you,
We love
Yes.
their music.
yes,
Yes,
And
we
for
correct.
us, it was so cool to, when they said, okay, you can look at our albums.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I
It was
remember
exciting.
it was, yes, it was like this whole new world opened up and it felt like a privilege.
Yes.
And it was so exciting. I'll never forget. So growing up in Missouri, everyone has a basement. So my sister and I, we had that basement to play, and my parents got us a upright piano. We painted it bright yellow.
Oh, wow.
We had this fabulous rainbow rug, just think total 70s stuff. And my mom had her grandma's old 45s, right?
Wow.
And
Yeah.
we would play on the record player.
Mhm.
I mean, so I knew music from the 40s and 50s and it was a treasure. It was
Yeah.
just a treasure. But now it is such a self-absorbed, these kids are just so self-absorbed, and
Yeah.
influencers that are like famous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do you have a degree from college in theater arts? Because I do autograph shows and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
And all of us actors, we've earned that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We worked hard for that.
Yeah.
But influencers, they're just a personality. It just sort of blows my mind.
Well, it's like I got a TikTok, right? But I do it more so to post content when I want to post it, whatever I feel like posting. I'm not going to sit on there 24/7 and do lives so I can make 2.3 cents or whatever the hell it is. Like, it's so fake. You know what I mean? Like, so many people get on there, like when you go on the apps, and I'm sure you see it, now it's just everyone selling something. It's like just
selling something, and then this boost thing, and so it can say you have so many followers, but you can
Yep.
boost it.
yeah.
I have never done that. I
Yep.
probably should, but I know
I'm not gonna lie, I did it a couple times, but it was only just to test something out. I had a song that I did in the
Yeah.
studio, and I did it, and I wanted to see how it, the reach is. And then I did a
Okay.
clip of Soul Train from the 70s. I did like narration under it while they were dancing, and I was like basically doing comical narration. And I ended up getting a couple, I got some views on it, but I did it because I wanted to see how it works. Ever since the TikTok happened, because, let's just be honest, I think Zuckerberg brought it out. You know what I mean? Because why else was he at the White House with Elon Musk when all this was going down? I think, because think about it, they changed it.
There's so many platforms I
Yeah.
can't keep up. I do Instagram,
Yep.
which is owned by Facebook. I don't
Yep.
do Facebook more because one of my accounts, my main account, got hacked.
Yep, that happens a lot. Yeah.
So I don't even, I can check messages, I think, on it on my phone, but I grew up where you don't bring attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Taught humility.
Yeah.
We weren't taught to brag. That was bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't brag. You don't do. And now it's the polar opposite.
Yeah.
It's all about, look at me,
Yep.
bragging. This, I'm here, I'm that, do too. Oh, it drives me crazy. And obviously I have to do it because
Yeah.
that's what we have, actors, performers have
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
But it is so against my grain. It's like painful.
Well, Lisa, you get to pick and choose. So here's the thing, right? And I'm just gonna say it, and we're just meeting, right? Continue to be you. Don't feel like you have this pressure that you have to do it all the time. Do it when you feel like doing it. Whenever your gut says, "Hey, I'm gonna post something," or here's an idea. You're making something in the kitchen, right? And you just want to be like, "Hey guys, I'm making some cookies," or you know what I mean? Like, do something that is organic that you like doing. Don't make it because it looks so plastic when people get on there. They're like, "Oh, check out my newest book," and make sure you go to the link and and it's just like it's so mechanical.
Well, it's definitely an avenue though for me. I will always post when I do a convention.
Yeah.
To let people know.
Oh, for
'cause
sure.
people are like, where that.
Yeah.
At the convention, I love taking pictures of these families that come up, and little kids dressed as Freddy Krueger or whatever. They're so cute. So that stuff I love to post. But as far as my personal life, like you said, baking cookies in the kitchen, that's my personal life.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's just not. It's just not me.
So
It's just-
convention, you say you do the conventions. Have you ever done an Astronomicon? The one that Twisted puts on out here?
I don't think I've done that one. I don't think.
You should.
What's it called?
Astronomicon.
Astronomicon. No,
Yep.
I haven't been to that one.
You should definitely look into that. Twisted started their own thing, and they had a lot of. I actually met what's his name, Robert Carradine from Revenge of the Nerds. Super cool guy.
Nice. Yes,
Super cool guy.
I met them. I was totally, because you understand when I do the conventions,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, oh my God, that's so and so. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I fanned out totally.
So, what was your
I
starstruck
met all the
moment?
nerds guys. I totally fanned out.
Really nice. What is your favorite '80s comedy? Could be a TV show, movie. What did you like? Oh, what did you like? Look at that. I'm just
Favorite 80s comedy? Oh, wow. That's a good question.
See, I told you I was thinking outside the box.
I know. I don't recall.
What?
Because I graduated high school in 82. Then I had college. I
Okay.
didn't watch any TV.
90s?
Right.
90s comedy?
And then right out of school, I'm working.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say I really watched a lot of TV.
Okay.
In the 80s, but what's your favorite in the 80s?
What's yours, babe? What's yours, Kathy?
What?
Your favorite comedy in the 80s?
TV show or movie?
Either or. You can do both. Comedy.
80s comedy. 80s comedy. TV
I know,
show
I'm
would be Perfect Strangers TV show.
Perfect Strangers.
Comedy. I don't know.
I know. I'm stumped too.
You know what? For me, Beverly Hills Cop. Okay, I'll say
That's a
that.
good one. That's a
The
good
first
one.
one, Beverly Hills Cop, because it's funny.
Oh, that is a great movie.
My favorite.
And
80s.
Daniel Petrie,
Yeah.
I know Daniel Petrie very well, who wrote that film.
Oh, yeah?
actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Daniel-
I would say
Yeah.
my favorite 80s film. It had to be
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I love no, you know, it's funny. Okay, I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I remember when I saw it, we were being babysat and we are all just like sitting here in this couch and about to watch this movie, and I was just like, oh my, it was so scary because we had the lights out, but Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street were definitely right there with me.
Yes.
Yes.
I have absolutely, I saw them all. So for me to become part of the franchise is fantastic.
Yeah.
A dream come true, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
honestly. And I had the biggest crush on Rodney Eastman, who played Joey in Nightmare on 3.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, heartthrob.
So obviously, when you did 4 and 5, awesome movies. I love those. But if you would just say, besides 4 and 5, what was your favorite Nightmare on Elm Street?
Probably Dream Warriors. Number 3.
Yes, I love Dream Warriors, man. The practical effects, like when he throws her through the TV, the puppet, like it just was. Yes, well done. I remember seeing that too. It was on HBO.
Jennifer Rubin's character, the punk rocker.
Yeah.
And the
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Ah.
Yeah. He was like,
So
like,
good.
oh, what a rush. Yeah. Man, damn. And the 80s horror movies were to me, they were always better than the newer ones. I don't like the newer ones as much because they're just retreading on stuff. It's either a reboot or a prequel, a sequel. What I liked about 4 and 5 is it standard alone, but it blended in well with the franchise. It was like a different storyline. You know what I mean? Because like you said, your character, Alice, was very timid, very shy. And then Dan, right? Dan was the guy that played your the boyfriend, right? The one that motorcycle sequence, the dream sequence, how he like turned into the motorcycle. Remember that?
No, gnarly, right?
Right. So give me some of your behind the scene moment when you're doing Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. What's one of your favorite scenes that you filmed that you guys did?
One of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
I really loved. I love the scene in Nightmare 4 when Dad comes home drunk.
Yep.
And he says contracts, and I serve him a salad, and he says, "What am I, a rabbit?"
I remember that.
And then I go into daydream mode and yell at him, and break the bowl. And I love that scene. I think that's a great scene. And I love the stuff in the church, the battle.
Yeah.
The battle was pretty awesome. Yeah. In Nightmare 5, interesting enough, one of my favorite scenes is Dad is now sober,
Yeah.
and he walked into the kitchen with groceries, and I've been crying. And just that tender moment between Alice and Dad in the kitchen. So that's something I really, it's one of my favorite scenes. I guess too, because it's like there's depth to Nightmare on Elm Street in the
Yeah.
sense that there really are like relationships,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's not just about Freddy killing everyone. There's
Yeah.
relationships and friendships
Yeah.
and how parents are reflected usually in horror. All the parents are, you know,
Yeah.
horrible people.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's true.
But you have like my dad in Nightmare. He has redemption. You know.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That's awesome. Well, look, as we're getting towards the end of this interview, man, we really appreciate you, taking part in this. I know it was super early there, and I'm glad we were able to make this happen. We do a thing called a lightning round at the end, but before we get into the lightning round, it's just random questions, and you just blurt out your first answer. Where are you coming out to Michigan? When's the next convention you're doing, or where can they find your work? You got a website? Anything that you'd like to, say?
oh yeah, I do have a website, lisaewilcox.com.
Okay.
E for Elizabeth, lisaewilcox.com. And you can get autographs there. And I have some cool merchandise like mini nunchucks
Oh, wow.
that are a magnet and a Christmas tree ornament.
Oh, that's cool.
And I will be where am I going to be in May? Well, I don't know how I didn't know this, but I know this now and have for a year. There are a whole bunch of films I'm in streaming, of course.
Okay.
Right. But you just go to the search button, the little magnifying glass thing, and just put in my name, Lisa Wilcox.
Okay.
And it will show up on Amazon Prime, Netflix, any of those platforms. And it'll show you some new things you can see me in.
Perfect.
And where am I going to be? I'm going to be, hold on, I'd have to look at my calendar book. I know I'm going to be in Illinois.
Okay.
In October, and in May, maybe Spooky Empire. June. Oh, Ottawa, Canada.
Okay.
Doing a convention there in Ottawa, Canada. I'm very excited about that. But I try to keep my website up to date. I know it's not up to date yet with shows, but it'll be up to date within the month once I know more of, because conventions are slowly coming in. And I just did Days of the Dead in Las Vegas in January, and Ontario, California, CreepyCon, just did that one in January. Fantastic time.
Nice.
But there's always it's always a busy year.
I bet. Well, thank you so much. We're about to get in this lightning round. You ready for it? You ready for the lightning round? All right. Go ahead, babe.
Favorite toothpaste brand?
Favorite what?
Toothpaste brand.
Oh, Crest.
Saturday Night Live. What's your favorite character?
In the day, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Eggs or bacon?
Eggs.
Pizza or lasagna?
Oh, pizza. My nickname was Lisa Pizza growing up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you rather be a blonde or a brunette?
Blonde.
Redheads rule too, though. Blondes and redheads. Yes. Favorite horror movie killer besides Freddy? Like when
Dracula.
I totally knew she was gonna say that too.
Gore horror or quick killing horror?
What are the three choices?
2. Gore, like really gory, nasty, like bloody horror, or do you like slapstick horror, which is like a quick killing?
Oh, I guess my slapstick. I guess.
Pager, cell phone, or Walkman?
Ooh.
I know, right? That's a hard one.
Well, I didn't hear the question.
Pager, cell phone, or Walkman?
What's the last one?
Walkman, like Sony Walkman.
Walkman from the 80s.
Yep.
I guess cell phone.
Pineapple or apples?
Ooh, that one's pineapple.
Me too.
Favorite rock and roll band? Favorite rock and roll band.
Oh gosh, Styx.
Nice. Favorite color.
Or Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, I love Fleetwood Mac.
Favorite color, blue.
Nice.
Favorite
Turquoise.
sock brand. I
Turquoise.
stole her
Turquoise.
question. Ha ha.
Turquoise.
Nice.
Aqua blue.
Favorite
Yeah.
sock brand.
Have no idea.
If you weren't acting, what other career or profession would you like to do?
Nurse.
Nice.
Nice.
Sausage or pepperoni on a pizza?
Sausage.
Woo-hoo.
Favorite character on Friends.
Oh gosh.
Next.
With that, we gotta give it up.
All right, fine. Jennifer Aniston's character. What's her name?
Rachel.
All right.
Yeah, her. Yeah.
I liked Chandler because he was
Mine's
like
Ross.
I liked Chandler because he was
Wait.
always.
But Lisa Kudrow. No, Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah, Lisa was cool, man.
Yeah.
She was like so spacey, but she was herself the whole
Yeah.
time.
I have to say Lisa Kudrow. We shared a cigarette once at an event.
Yeah.
She was cool.
She
Yes.
seems like she's super cool. If you haven't seen it yet, the movie she did with Billy Crystal, Analyze This and Analyze That, hilarious movie.
I will so check it out. Thank you for the tip.
Yep, Billy Crystal and Robert De Niro, hilarious movie.
Oh wow! Okay.
Trying to think who the hell directed it. I want to say it was Harold Ramis. I might be wrong on the director, but I'll tell you now, it's hilarious. Robert De
Okay.
Niro's a mobster, and Billy Crystal's his therapist. Yeah, it's hilarious. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. We're going to have to stay in contact with one another. Let us know when you're coming into Michigan. And you have such a wonderful day, man. And I got to say, I love the decor in the back. I don't know if my wife sees it, but I love the candles. And what is that
Thank
that
you.
particular painting behind you? That
Thank you. It's a carving from Thailand. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And I always wanted a house like the mansion at Disneyland, the
Yeah.
haunted mansion.
Oh, wow.
So I have little elements of that in my home.
That's super cool. Well, thank you again, Lisa. And
Thanks.
I'll make sure I send you the link, you know what I'm saying, when we get everything together. And the best of luck to you and everything that you're doing, man. And you stay awesome and continue to do what you're doing and be yourself and have fun with it because that's what it's about, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, have fun with it and rock it out.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's see. I think you go here and meeting.
That was fun, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Okie dokies. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, let me see. Did I do this right? Boom, boom, boom.
And then I end this.
End meeting. Boom. There we go. Well, that was great. That was great. Let's get another golf applause here. Where's the golf applause? Yeah. That was a really good interview.
Yes, it was, honey.
And what I really liked about it was it wasn't all about Nightmare on Elm Street because I'm sure she probably gets tired of hearing that shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, not to say to knock it, but that would be like you're a hairstylist, right? And you get an interview, and that's all they ask you is hairstyle questions. Like, there's more to Kathy than hairstyle.
Yes, there is.
You know
Lots,
what I mean?
Lots
Like-
to me.
Like, you're a tarot reader, you're a dominatrix. Like, there's all
I'm
kinds
a
of.
phone. It's called technical. It would be phone actress.
Okay, so
That's a technical term.
that's what it's called.
Yes,
Oh.
phone actress.
Okay. Well, look, y'all, we're getting towards the end of our show. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for Lisa Wilcox, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. Make sure you check her out. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Have
We
a good
might be back next
day.
week. You never know. We're going to be back next week, dear?
No, we're taking off next week.
We are taking off
I
next
need to
week?
sleep in, honey.
She wants to get some sleep. So we'll be back the following week, y'all. We love y'all. Make sure you go to YouTube, Talking Nude podcast episodes, as well as SoundCloud and Spotify. And go to ONTV Local Voice. Shout out to Joey, Ian, Tracy, Tessa, and am I
The
missing-
rest.
And the rest. Yeah. And Joseph, Joey, all of y'all. You guys are you're rocking it out, man. Thank you so much. You guys have a good one. And remember, if you have to talk, make sure you.
Talk nude.
Exactly. That was another fabulous episode of
Talking nude.
where we talked about everything from Bela Lugosi because we're just be
Talking nude.
the bomb cyclone hasn't hit us yet, so that's good because we'll still be allowed to be
Talking nude.
Could you imagine everybody just took off their clothes and ran around the studio and just be?
Talk.
Yeah, I always trip
You always
her
do
up.
that to me.
She never can
Talking
get through it
you.
straight through. That's the whole thing. Is I like to
He
fuck
likes
with
to
her.
distract me.
I like to
That's
distract
about
her. It's
it.
like squirrel.
Yeah.
You guys have a great rest of your day. Be
Bye.
kind to one another and be safe out there.